Ow, wisdom tooth, ow.
Guys, welcome back. I'm Flip Otaku, aka I Need a Damn Haircut, and today we are talking about all the stuff I got in the month of September. I picked up a lot of games, anime, and manga, and I'm doing this new backdrop. This is a different format for my Otaku hauls than what I normally do. I normally just have the stuff in front of the camera, but I do like doing this backdrop for my first impressions and my manga reviews, so I'm going to start doing this for the Otaku haul. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and stay tuned for all the cool crap I got in the month of September. And guys, first let's talk about the games that I got. The only non-Japanese game here that I think is The Surge 2. The Surge 1 really impressed me for what it was. I do like the whole combat style, so in order to get new weapons and gear, you actually have to highlight the certain body parts. You can target certain body parts and you can hack them off and pick up that equipment. I really like that. The Surge 2 is basically just Surge 1.5, honestly. There's not that many changes. I'm not too far into it. The boss battles are pretty exciting. And I'm excited to see where this goes, but it's not my favorite Souls-like game of the month so far, and that would be Code Vein. Code Vein, I don't know, I don't understand. The two games I've been enjoying the most this month, both got 7s, so I don't know what's going on, but this is a fantastic Souls-like. There's a very complex system into the world, into the game. You have these things called gifts and blood echoes. There's a lot of jargon. But basically what it is, you have there's a list of class types that you can get, and there's a bunch of class types, and they're all pretty uniquely, they like all play very uniquely, and certain classes don't jive well with certain weapons, like casters can't really use heavy weapons, but then each class has its own set of spells, and you can arrange them in an order. You can have 4, and then you can have 4 more on cooldown, like on, like kind of like on backup. You also have an AI partner everywhere you go, which is kind of cool, and the game is still hard. There's still, it's a very challenging game. But overall, I'm really enjoying this so far. I'm not too far in, but I'm excited to hopefully finish that soon. The first Switch game I want to talk about is The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. This is a remake, and it's pretty good so far. I'm not too far into it, but overall, I'm really enjoying the art. It looks plastic almost, like it's very cute art style to the game. But yeah, if you guys, this is one of the weirder Zelda games. There's a lot of Mario characters in this. It's it's kind of weird. But anyways, this is a lot of people's favorites. I know Alonzi is absolutely loving this, so go check that out. Next, I want to talk about, my favorite game this month, and that is Daemon X Machina. I'm a huge Armored Core fan. I grew up on Armored Core. I've kind of been a From Software fan my entire life. This is scratching that itch perfectly. Again, this is a game that's getting 7s, but I think it's a game that's misunderstood, kind of like mecha games in general. Armored Core games have never reviewed very well. They're very complex, they're very slow to start, and they're very much about the user making the experience for themselves. Now, I like to play this game super fast-paced. There's a lot of systems. I could literally make a 20-minute video talking about each of the systems in detail, but if you are a mech fan, if you are a fan of looting games, and if you are a fan of stats, you are going to have a freaking fantastic time with this. This is my favorite game. It's one of my favorite games of the year so far, hands down. Next, we're going to talk about Astral Chain, the new game from Platinum Games, and it's the newest game from the director of Nier Automata. And if you pick the female character, the detail on the butt is almost 2B levels. Also, the character designs is from the same character designer for Ira, which I believe is just an anime. It might be a manga as well. I talked about it in a couple of videos before, but yeah, like Nier, the combat starts off very simple. You have this creature attached to a chain, and you can wrap the chain around enemies, stun them. You can, if they're charging at you, you can repel them back. But as the game goes on, the combat gets more and more complex. The boss battles are thrilling, and this is honestly, Nintendo is knocking it out of the park with these exclusives. So if you want something for your Switch, you should go check this out. Next, I picked up Raiden 5, the director's cut. This is going to be this is actually a limited run. They did say this is very small number, so if you are a collector, go pick this up. This is a shmup, and it's one of my favorite recent shmups. This was originally an Xbox One exclusive in Japan and here in the States, which is very weird for a Japanese game to be on a system that doesn't sell like literally almost anything in that country. But the HUD is a little bit to get used to. You do have a lot of stuff going on, and your field of view for the gameplay is kind of small, so that might be a turnoff at first. There's no Tata mode, I think is what it's called, like where you can turn the game, or you can turn the Switch sideways and actually play like the arcade. There is no mode for that, but if you want something with a really cool, unique online system, and that actually has a pretty decent story, they actually put a story in this, which is kind of weird for a shoot 'em up game, but yeah, go pick this up. And then this beast right here, Dragon Quest 11S Echoes of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition. This is one of the best JRPGs of the last decade, hands down. This is a Japanese-ass Japanese RPG. You need to play this. If you are a fan of old school JRPGs, of old school storytelling and old school gameplay, you are going to love this. It's turn-based, and honestly, as much shit as Square Enix has gotten in recent years, I think they've really knocked it out of the park. I've loved Final Fantasy 15. I've also loved the Final Fantasy 12 remastered for the Switch. Then Kingdom Hearts 3 was pretty decent, and now this, I think this is the better of the three big ones that they've put out, and I'm really excited to finish this up and see what the exclusive content is here. But yeah, that's all I got for games, so let's get into DVDs and Blu-rays. So the first couple things I want to talk about for DVDs and Blu-rays were the handful of things that Right Stuff had on sale for literally quarters. They had like a summer sale, and a bunch of crap was on sale for like 25 cents, $1. So I picked up Ninja Resurrection, digitally remastered in 5.1. I honestly don't really know what this is. It was 25 cents. It looked cool. Couldn't pass it up. Don't know if this is related to Ninja Scroll. It might be. And then we got Blood Rain Curse of the Yoma. Again, this was 25 cents. So I decided to pick this up as well. And then something that I wanted to get for a while, but decided to pass on because of the price, but it was like $1 or $2. The Skullman complete collection put out by Sentai Filmworks. As you guys can tell, this is the Skullman right here. This was the original concept for Kamen Rider. But the original manga, when he created it, it was too dark for kids because they wanted to market Kamen Rider towards children. So this got turned into a manga, and then it got reinterpreted into this, which is the one we got in English. And then it got a very violent anime series. So yeah, if you want something a little bit messed up, go pick it up. Next couple things are, I got Sin, the movie. Phantom Double Pack Fandom the Animation, and the Hentai Guy Double Target. And then for Blu-rays, oh wait, no, I got a couple more DVDs. I got some discotheque stuff too as well. Godzilla King of the Monsters. I watched this with my wife. She hates it. This is Base Senpai's favorite movie of all time, so go check it out. Show him some love. Go comment on Base Senpai's videos. Tell him that he loves Mecha and Kaiju. And then this is actually out of print. It's going out of print. Everyone was talking about it. Simply G and Whimsical Pictures were talking about it on Twitter, so I decided to snag it up while I can. And then my two discotheque. I've been looking for this discotheque release for forever. For those of you who don't know, Discotheque is my favorite publisher of anime, and pretty much anything like they put out, I buy because I'm a huge fan. But I was missing a couple things, and one of them is out of print, and the other one is because they had a warehouse shift, and the stock is just messed up, and it's been messed up for months. But they have an eBay store where they put some stuff up from time to time, and I finally got Giant Gorg. I've been talking about wanting this forever. So excited to finally be able to watch this. And then I also picked up Mika Droid, Robokill Beneath Disco Club Layla. There's debate on whether or not this is a tokusatsu because it has a lot of the tokusatsu trappings. I wouldn't really call it a tokusatsu, but speaking of tokusatsu, the bootlegs continue. We got the Super Sentai Classic Movie Collection. This has 15 movies on it. I'm a huge, tokusatsu fan, huge Super Sentai fan. Now, this isn't the best quality at all. It's actually pretty poor. But we're never going to see these in English at all. And that breaks my heart because I would kill for these. Like, if I ever become a millionaire, I'm going to be just licensing tokusatsu left and freaking right. So, but yeah, I'm really happy to have this. Again, not the best quality, but if I want to put something in and just sit on the couch and watch it and not have to go to a website on the computer, I can totally do that now. So, got this. Now it's time for manga. The first couple series are just, I'm going to go through real quick. Some of these I have talked about briefly. But I got Way of the House Husband Volume 1. Very funny series. It's not like a cohesive story. It's like one-shot story. So each chapter is a few pages and it tells a single thing. That's pretty funny. Overall, I had a really good time with it. It's nothing like crazy or special. The next thing I picked up is Yotsuba Volume 1. I wanted something more lighthearted, and I wanted something that reminded me of my daughter, and this character reminds me of my daughter. My daughter makes that face actually all the time. She's always just walking around super surprised. But me and my wife are going to be reviewing this on the channel soon. I am almost done reading it, and I think she's going to start it right after me. But this is really cute. The next couple titles are books that came in the Manga Spice Cafe box. My Hero Smash. This was my first 4 Coma series, and as a fan of My Hero, I thought some of these were really funny. A lot of them were kind of hit or miss for me, but overall, this is a pretty fun series, and I want to get into 4 Coma now, so if you guys know any recommendations, leave them down below. I'm Standing on a Million Lives. I don't know how to feel about this. I think this is okay. It's an isekai, I believe. I didn't really dig it, honestly. It's very, very forgetful. Kind of surprised that this even got licensed, but if you guys have read ahead and this does get better, please let me know. One of the biggest surprises of the year, No Guns Life. Really thick volume 1, really good world building. I can't wait for volume 2. Love the designs of the characters, and I love the story. So, and the anime, Studio Madhouse, coming out really soon. Then this is the last thing from Manga Spice Cafe, which is Phantom Tales of the Night. I have not even read this yet, but I heard people are pretty positive on it, so I'm really excited to check this out. And this is it's a $15 book though from Yin Press, and I don't know. I mean, the quality's pretty solid, but damn, $15 for this. Ugh. But thank God it came with Manga Spice. Anyways, I'm gonna go get some more manga. Now, I sold off a bunch of stuff a while ago, and I've been trying to rebuild the stuff I'm missing if a good deal comes. And I found Dogs, Bullets and Carnage. I don't know why I grabbed volume 5, 1 through 10. I'm not gonna show every single volume. The next couple series are kind of longer series, so I don't want to have to bore you guys by going volume 10, volume 5. But yeah, this is a very good series. I did not pick up volume 0. It was not part of the set, part of the lot. But very simplistic art style. I love the character designs are really strong in this, and I think Shiro Miwa is getting a lot of recognition lately. I think that's really good. And his character designs are just phenomenal. The story is very entertaining, and it's one of those series that I don't think will ever get finished. It has been on hiatus forever, so be warned if you don't want to go into a non-complete story. But what is there is very enjoyable, and I highly recommend anyone picking this up. Guys, and I picked up a couple shoujo series. I picked up Yona of the Dawn volumes 1 through 7. This is one of the best mangas I've ever read, honestly. I'm not saying that lightly. I'm caught up, and honestly, this isn't giving me. I'm not saying this because it's like Berserk, but like I haven't enjoyed a series like when I first read Berserk, I enjoyed it so much, and I haven't enjoyed anything like that until I read this recently, and I'm really excited to pick up more. This is going to be on my collecting list. I'm definitely going to be finishing up the series. I love the characters, and yeah, I read somewhere that the manga said she's like 70% of the way done with the story, so that's pretty exciting. And then I also picked up one of the best surprises, and shouts out to Shay Geeks Out. Shay, thank you. Requiem of the Rose King. This is a William Shakespeare. Shay said it blends 2 stories together, and I am freaking loving it. This is awesome, guys. Go pick this up. You know, and that whole demographic BS, don't be, shoot away if it's a shoujo. This is a really, both these, Yona and Requiem of the Rose King, are both phenomenal. Go pick this up. This is one of my favorites. These are 2 of my favorite series that are ongoing of 2019. I wish I would have read them sooner because they would have made that list. But this is awesome. Go pick it up. And you guys know I love shonen as well, and I picked up a shonen that I've never heard anyone talk about, and that is Beat. I got volumes 1 through 12, which is all that got put out in English. I guess Viz kind of somewhat dropped this. There's 13 volumes in Japan from my research, and then the series has been on hiatus ever since. And from what I read, it looks like a pretty enjoyable series. I'm really excited to finish reading all 12 volumes. It's called Beat the Vandal Buster. Expect to see a video sometime before the end of the year. Like I said, I keep having all these video ideas, but yeah, excited to have more shonen. I want to, slowly collect every Shonen Jump title ever put out in English. That's going to be like a long year's goal, but yeah, excited to have it. I also picked up volumes 1 through 6 of Apocalypse Zero. This is an ultra violent series, and the anime is better because this got dropped after volume 6, so that's all that's out. These are really old, and considering how old they are, Right Stuff had them in like phenomenal condition. Again, they had that back to school sale or whatever. These are like 25 cents a pop, so got all 6, and I gotta say I recommend the anime more. This definitely feels like imagine like a tokusatsu style story. That's the kind of storytelling, so if you don't like that cheesiness, you're not gonna like this, but some of the is very offensive, so if you are offended by certain aspects of stuff, which I understand, don't read this, but if you aren't, you have a pretty hard stomach to not get, upset, check it out. It's a lot of fun though. I really enjoy it. I also got Model Volumes 1 through 7. I had to look over there. Yeah, Model is a manhwa that is done by Lee So Young. Tokyo Pop put out a couple of his stuff, but this is the only thing of his that got finished, published in English. Super excited to check this out. This is like a vampire story, and I'm reading reviews of people's reviews online. People are saying it's one of their favorite manhwas. I really like the damn character designs. I love that. I think that's super. It almost reminds me of a Mono almost. But yeah, this is a really cool series. I'm really excited to finish it. Keep saying that. Just go check this out. This is dirt cheap. And I also got Red Rum 327. This is a 3-volume manhwa by Ya Sein-kyo, and it's a horror manga, or horror manhwa, excuse me. So I got this for the month of October, so definitely expect a review on this around Halloween. I'm excited to read it. It's only 3 volumes, so it should be short and sweet. The reviews are pretty in the middle, so again, just super cheap on the birthday sale from Right Stuff. But yeah, Red Room 327. Another shonen that I re-got is Black Hat, volumes 1 through 20 complete. This is one of the most underrated shonen. No one talks about this, but it's very highly rated amongst those who have read it. I believe this is Jen Graves' favorite manga of all time. So that's pretty crazy. But yeah, go check this out. I'm glad to have it again. I sold it off and then found a crazy good deal. Also found a crazy good deal on Cyborg 009 1 through 6. I'm missing 7 and 8. I think it might go up to 9 in the English release, but yeah, super excited to have this. I'm a huge fan of Shotaro Ishinomori. He is one of my favorite creators of anything. He created Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, Cyborg 009, Skullman. He has a Guinness World Record for most written comics ever. He wrote like 700 titles or something, 120 something thousand pages. But yeah, I'm really excited to own this, and hopefully one day I can find the rest for pretty cheap, because the other volumes go for insanely expensive. So, but yeah, again, Cyborg 009, love it. Next couple titles are technically Gagaiga. A couple of them, or not Gagaiga, sorry, these are not Gagaiga. I got Kyoko, which is believe a Chinese comic series. This is put out by, what is the company I bought this from? It's in Glacial Press, Glacier Bay Books. So yeah, this is a really cool little collector's thing I got there. And then this is the USCA, the English edition. This is a bunch of short stories put out by different mangaka in different art styles. It's pretty cool. I'm really happy that they put out this this in an English edition. The only problem I have with this book, though, is that the cover is thinner than the actual pages. So this is like 200-something pages of pretty good alternative manga. And then one of my favorite releases I've read this month, which I'm going to reread and do a review, is Jiro Taniguchi's Skyhawk. This was a phenomenal read. One of the best releases of the year, hands down. I love the build quality of the book as well. It's just a great story. Might be my favorite Jiro Taniguchi story. So go buy this. This is a must buy. And the actual Gagaiga that I picked up this month was That Miyoko Asagaya Feeling by Shinichi Abe. This is a really well put out book by Black Hook Press, I believe. Yes, Black Hook Press. Again, they are just knocking it out of the park with these. I got Badass Babes, and I did a review on the other one. I can't see that far. But yeah, this is I've only read parts of this, and I'm really enjoying what I've read. It's very sexual. It's a very mature, very adult story. But yeah, I'm really happy to have this, and I will probably do a review on this soon, because I want to read more of this style of manga. And the next handful of books, 2 of these were recommended to me by Chris Z, aka Mr. Sushi. That is Lychee Light Club. I'm gonna review this. All I gotta say is WTF. Pretty messed up. Even more messed up, again, recommended by Chris, and then when I got it, he was like, I haven't read it. So thanks, Chris. Velveteen and Mandala. Really weird release by Vertical. I like it, but man, there is some scat stuff in this. So yeah. Then I also picked up MW by the godfather of manga, the greatest mangaka of all time, Osamu Tezuka. People think I hate Osama because I say that he's kind of overrated, but I respect him and I do enjoy a lot of his work. And this is one of the series that I really regretted selling, and it's one of the series that I think is one of his best works. So yeah, if you want something a little bit more darker but with his art style, check out MW. Now I also found a pretty good deal on a out of print series. I had to put this set down because I got to show off everything I got in that order. But yeah, found a pretty good deal on a series I'd never heard of, and then when I found it, I looked at what it's about, looked at pictures of the art style, and thought it was right up my alley, and it was right up my alley. We're talking about Arm of Cannon 1 through 9. This is a complete series. Some of the coolest covers. This is a very, very good series. Highly recommend you guys picking this up if you can find it for the right price. Expect a review once I reread it. It talks about Buddhism in a way that is pretty out there. So yeah, very happy to have this in my collection now. And oh boy, guys, this is probably the highlight of the year so far. This is about once a year I get an insanely good deal, like too good to be true. And I'm gonna go ahead and push some of this stuff back because I gotta show you guys what I got. Now, I have a friend named Kevin, and we're friends on Facebook, and he's an older guy who just recently got into collecting manga. And he messages me when he finds a good deal and asks, like, hey, are prices on this okay? He knew I was looking for a couple things. So when he found this guy selling his entire anime and manga collection, he sent me a message and said, hey, message him on Facebook, find him in the marketplace, which, by the way, I will talk about at the end of this. So this guy sold me Gantz Seasons 1 and 2. This is the complete anime adaptation. Both these are out of print. Gantz is one of my favorite mangas, but I've never watched the anime, so I've always been curious to pick it up, but these sometimes go for a lot. The prices fluctuate. Now, he knew I was looking for 2 series that I had sold that were out of print, and he found me Old Boy 1 through 8 complete. Old Boy is, if you have seen the movie is so good. The movie is phenomenally good. This is the original source material. It's very different from the movie. The same gist, but like a lot of the story beats are very different. It's more fleshed out. I highly recommend you picking this up. But the absolute insane deal. And by the way, before I show you what this is, we're going to get a close-up of how good quality, good condition these books are in. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. And these books are No Longer Human. Volumes 1 through 3. One of the most effed up seinen series of all time. This series made me very depressed after reading it. One of my favorite mangas that I sold off. Now, this Gantz and Old Boy, the guy sold to me for $45 plus shipping. So about $50. I was absolutely stunned. I didn't know if the guy didn't know what he had or if he was just trying to get everything sold off really quick. But $50 for that, which was mind-blowing. That's the biggest deal I've had all year. About once a year, I find this is a little tip for you guys. Facebook Marketplace is a really good place to search for manga and anime. You can relocate where you're at. So, every once in a while, about once a month, I'll go through different, major cities and just type in manga. This guy he wanted a pickup, but he was like 5 hours away. Didn't want to go drive, so he didn't want to ship it, but I convinced him to ship it. And yeah, I am absolutely stunned. I didn't want to message him. I felt bad. I didn't want to message him and be like, hey, you know that you're undercutting yourself by a lot. But at the same time, I didn't want to pass up a good deal. And when I asked him about other anime he had, he knew what the prices on those were. So I don't know if he just wasn't very well versed in manga or what, but insane deal of the lifetime, guys. I've been trying to keep my Facebook Marketplace online thing a secret for a while, but I think I should let you guys know. I've gotten this. I've gotten Ultimate Muscle 1 to 29 for $65. That was before my daughter was born. So that was over 2 years ago now at this point. But guys, I'm just dumbfounded. And oh boy, guys, we got more out of print. Goodness, I found another insane deal. Another series that I sold and was very heartbroken when I sold it because it was one of my favorites. And that's Eden Its Endless World, volumes 1 through 14, which was all that was put out in English by Dark Horse. I'm going to have to re-buy those self-print books. But guys, this is a phenomenal phenomenal seinen manga. Wish Dark Horse would have finished it. They were 4 away. But yeah, found this, and in the same lot, from the same person, I got Saturn Apartments 1 through 7. So that completes all the out of print stuff that I've gotten this month, and probably the last out of print stuff I'm going to be getting for a while. But yeah, I'm very excited to dive into this. A lot of people are very hit or miss about this, but the deal was too good to pass up, and I think the art style is really cute. So let's get on to the last couple of books, and we'll call this haul a day. And then I got something that's a little bit outside of my normal wheelhouse, and I got Magical Girl Apocalypse 1 through 11. This was a pretty cheap lot, and I decided to get it because I've been kind of eyeing this series. I heard it's very violent. I like a lot of violent series, and the art's pretty. Some of the stuff in the pages are really gross, but I believe it's 16 volumes, so I only got about 5 left to pick up before, if I like it, of course. And then, of course, finally, guys, finally, a manga series that's good and is now finished. Dorohedoro Volume 23. This is the thickest book in the series. Like, here's Volume 22. And just look at the size comparison. Volume 23 completely, like, devours it. It's pretty funny because this series was super thin when they first came out. Like, here's Volume 2. Like, just look at that. Here's Volume 2. Yeah, right there. So, yeah, the series started off, and I was kind of upset. Kind of like Dead Dead Demons. I didn't think I was getting my money's worth when it came to buying these, but this is only $12.99. See, this is not a $15 book. I wouldn't mind paying $15 for this, but ends phenomenally. Love this series from start to finish. I am rereading it. I've been a little slow in reading. I had a wisdom tooth pulled, which I'm still having problems with. It's infected. Got what is it called? Dry socket. So I've been kind of halting on my reading of Dorohedoro, and I've been kind of getting bored rereading the same thing again, even though it's very good and I love it. But I'm excited that this is another seinen that is finished. This is top 10, guys. Top 10. And then not a manga or anything. It's actually a very weird... I don't know how to classify this book, honestly. This is called Diva Zan by Yoshitaka Amano. This is just a bunch of, like, art, but it tells a story, and it's based on the Buddhist religion. And again, some of the art is just absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, you get like these weird pages where it'll have like a paragraph or two, and then art, paragraph or two, art. And I guess it tells a complete story. I got it because I'm a huge Yoshitaka Amano fan, and I want more of his work. And I'm really excited to read this because, again, I want to see him tell a story, and not just, you know, through his artwork and through his writing. So it says, in the last day of the samurai era, a weary warrior, Yoshi Tsugo is led by a mysterious girl through a gate to another world. So I'm excited to read this, and again, Yoshitaka Amano, can't go wrong. But guys, that has been my otaku haul for the month. Let me know if you guys like this format. I think it's going to be a little bit faster instead of like a 45-minute video of me being like showing off every single volume. I'll just show you the beginning and the end of the volumes that I got. And let me know what you guys think about the backdrop, and let me know what you guys got in the comments down below. Anyways, guys, I'm Flip Otaku, and this is not my last manga haul. Oh, and real quick, I forgot Levius. I picked up Levius. This came a couple days ago. I'm reading it, really enjoying it. I can kind of understand why Viz put so much stock into this series, because it is really thick, and it's a very high quality book for a series that's like really hard to find information on the internet for. So that was a little confusing, but yeah, I just forgot to throw this in. But yeah, this is me really signing off this time. Remember, this is not my last otaku haul. My brain is not as complex as some, so I still get enjoyment out of this. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Okay, for real this time, this is me actually getting off. I forgot. I got Witchbuster 1 through 18, so this is done now. My haul is over. Forgot I got this. Remember, not the last haul. Not the last haul. Got this stuff. Don't really know much about it. Think it looked pretty cool, and it was super cheap. So, yeah.